10 to 7 is the time, and we turn to the vexed issue of house affordability. House prices falling, of course, nominal wages rising as well, the combination feeling like good news for home buyers, but of course a big problem, and that is the cost of getting a mortgage. Sally Mitchell's on the line, Senior Mortgage Advisor at the Mortgage Mum, which is a mortgage broking company. Good morning to you.
Good morning. That's
the conundrum, isn't it? It is the cost of borrowing and that is the problem.
It really is. I mean, it's great news if you can afford the higher rates, that you're perhaps potentially paying a little bit less for your property. But in real terms, the people that I'm seeing are looking at an increase sometimes of 4 times the rate that they were, looking at a year ago.
Right, so prices would have to fall really sharply in order for that rise in the cost of borrowing to be...
Absolutely, yeah. Or property prices come way, way down, which of course has its own issues and problems and is something we probably don't want to look at.
Yeah. So what are you seeing when it comes to people coming to you and saying, I'm trying to buy? What's going on at the moment?
Well, a lot of them are very worried because we have 1.5 million people who are on fixed rates coming to an end in the next year or so. And this, high base rate that we're not used to seems to be around for the next, at least that period. And they're worried that they're just not going to be able to afford to remortgage. People who are looking to buy are finding it impossible to find a mortgage with a lender because based on strict affordability, which is the best way to do it, they just can't afford it. It's really tough, and it's particularly hard for first-time buyers, of course, to get on the ladder in the first place.
And for those who've got on the ladder and are now risking falling off, I mean, are we looking, do you think, from your perspective and knowing what you do about the industry and people coming into it, are we looking about a kind of mass repossession of homes over the next year or so? Is that a real possibility, do you think?
I think there is more pressure, definitely. But with the mortgage market review that we had in 2015, so many checks and balances were put in place to stop that sort of, not knee-jerk reaction, but reaction to a bad situation, that I know lenders will do everything they can not to repossess, and I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, the mortgage charter was released. A lot of lenders have signed up to that, which does aim to give some protection and some help, some respite from people who are struggling to make their payments. But I think it's a real possibility that we will see it in the press that a lot of people are facing that sort of procedure, which is not good.
Sally Mitchell from the Mortgage Mum. Thank you.
7 minutes to